Yo, what is good, AFC East Roundtable? We're back live yet again with another edition of the Roundtable. I'm joined by my brother Dan, supporting the Buffalo Bills, even though he's wearing Jets green today, which I like.
Listen, one thing I was about to say, I realized when I was looking at my own image, like 3 seconds before this went live, I was like, shit, I'm really wearing Jets colors. But you know what?
Yeah, baby.
Because I can relate it to like every time last year TD said the Bills were going to win, we lost. So I'm hoping that it's, similar energy just going your way, especially with all of the Aaron Rodgers stuff still up in the air. You guys, rumored to pick up like everybody and their mother at this point. So
you're a closet Jets fan, and it's okay, Dan. You're welcome on our side. So as you can see, Tyson Messer Work is not with us tonight. Neither is TD. They both couldn't make it. We're hopeful that TD can pull up eventually, but we'll see. We're going to try to get the band together, all four of us, consistently more after tonight's show, because we definitely want to make sure that all four fan bases are represented. But even though it's just the Jets and the Bills, and myself and Dan, we're still going to talk about the Miami Dolphins and the New England Patriots. And this is going to be more of a, Q&A. So we want to get into the chat. Any questions you guys may have in the chat about the Miami Dolphins, about the New England Patriots, about the New York Jets, about the damn Buffalo Bills, maybe even another team around the NFL. This is your time to ask us. And that's what this is really going to be centered around. So guys, hit that thumbs up button on your way into the show. And let's get this thing started, baby. Come on.
That was smooth, man. That was smooth.
That was smooth?
Radio right there.
Oh, well, I appreciate that, Dan.
Dude, crisp, straight to the point. Absolutely incredible. Just while these questions are just pouring in, what exactly is going on with the New York Jets, man? What's going on with the Jets? Breaking news.
My man Josh Hart says, Dan, with the Jets green on, WTF. They're pissed off at you. I'm happy about it.
All right, dude. All right.
No, you're leaving it. You're keeping it on. It's all good. Listen, so the New York Jets over the weekend, unfortunately, well, I won't say unfortunately because of the contract, but the big news was Odell Beckham Jr. going to the Baltimore Ravens. Obviously, the Jets were linked to OBJ for quite a while. For the past month or two, it was the Jets. And the Jets had a meeting with OBJ on Monday, scheduled to finalize the contract. But what happened was the Baltimore Ravens saw that OBJ was visiting with the Jets, and they're like, you know what? We're going to give you an offer you can't refuse. And another thing that the Ravens can offer OBJ that the Jets cannot offer is being a number one receiver, because the Jets have Garrett Wilson and other weapons. So the Jets were going to sell OBJ on being part of the offense, where the Baltimore Ravens are selling OBJ on being the number one option and $15 million guaranteed, up to $18 million in 1 year. The Jets were not going to offer that. Never. And OBJ actually called the New York Jets after the Ravens offered him that. Hey, the Ravens have this offer. Are you going to match it? And the Jets were like, no. And that's when OBJ decided, you know what, at this stage of my career, I'm going to go money over where I'd rather be. And he decided to go to the Baltimore Ravens. Good for Odell Beckham Jr., and also good for the Ravens, I guess. But listen, OBJ wasn't a need for the Jets. It was more of a luxury, which is why it wasn't like a big deal that we missed out on him. I would love Odell Beckham Jr., but it's not like us missing out on OBJ. It was, oh my God, the sky is falling. And especially with a contract that the Ravens handed him.
I'm not going to lie to you, Richie. I feel like that Jets fans and even Bills fans, because there was rumors at one time that we were pursuing him as well. I feel like you guys particularly dodged the bullet, right? I mean, really, when this guy's coming off of an ACL injury, literally was off of the field, has been battling injuries his entire career, that's a massive, massive red flag when he's going to choose a team that they have no idea who their quarterback is going to be next year for an absolute absurd amount of money. That tells you, or it peeks into his particular mind of where he sees himself at this point in his career. And I just think you guys, dodged the bullet. I'm not going to lie to you, so I wouldn't be sad.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there was like half the Jets fan base wanted absolutely nothing to do with the man. And the other half was like, yeah, give me OBJ. And that's really what it came down to. When he went to the Ravens, we saw a lot of Jets fans like, thank you. Oh my gosh, I did not want him. So now the big question around Jets land is DeAndre Hopkins, because that's the other wide receiver that's available potentially in the trade market. So now there's a lot of rumors getting thrown around about the Jets and D-Hop. So what's your thoughts about D-Hop potentially on the Jets?
Man, I feel like you guys are really trying to hold on and guard that first pick for your entire life. But if you're realistically looking to try and find D-Hop and Aaron Rodgers on this team, that first pick's going to be absolutely gone. And I'm not necessarily sure that's in Joe Douglas's DNA. So, in my opinion, I mean, not unless there's an absolute amazing deal, I think it's going to be one or the other. If you sign D-Hop, then I think Aaron Rodgers is going to be hosting Jeopardy at that point. He's not going to get what he needs. He'll retire. He'll do his thing. But really just looking at it from a sports lens, from a football fan's lens, I mean, he's that type of receiver that's just going to improve any single team that he is on. I still think he has it. I know he had that steroid controversy at the beginning of this year. It also has somewhat of an injury past. He's a baller. But I think that you guys need to chill on all of your splash acquisitions.
Oh, yeah, we need to chill. Why is that, Dan?
I mean, yeah.
Oh, so you want the Jets to just chill and not pursue all of these guys because you're scared that we're building a team potentially similar to the Tampa Bay Bucks with Tom Brady.
It's called steady progress. You know what I mean? Steady progress.
Yeah, well, I mean, the Jets are going all in, and I'm not used to that, Dan. We're usually slow and steady and hopeful for, like, exceeding expectations and shit. Now it's like, oh, we're getting Aaron Rodgers, and now we're going to get all the players around him to build. But, again, I don't think the Jets are going to land DeAndre Hopkins.
Man. So I feel like the Jets are just going full NBA and just trying to build, like, a fucking team of like Super Jam Monstars or something like
We're
that.
trying, bro, because we finally have a team ready to go all in to win, and that's the first time in my lifetime that the Jets have had a team like that, which is why they are pursuing Aaron Rodgers. But I think that the Jets are not going to get DeAndre Hopkins, and I think that if they want to add another weapon, they could get JSN out of Ohio State in the draft in the first round, former teammate of Garrett Wilson. And he's a baller. Garrett Wilson said himself he'd love to have him on the team. Or the Jets can go back into the draft in the second round and get a receiver if they want to go tackle at 13. So the Jets have a lot of options, and I think it's going to be interesting to see. So we're going to get deeper into the Aaron Rodgers situation and what the holdup is with that. But I want to get your thoughts about your Buffalo Bills real quick. What's going on with them when it comes to the draft? Is there anything that's, free agency, trades? Is the team basically constructed the way it is that you're expecting to go into the season, plus the draft class upcoming, or is there any other moves that we can look out for?
There's definitely still a couple of holes that I know that the front office, coaching staff, and vast majority of fans can still agree that need to be filled. Linebackers, hands down there. DB depth, specifically within the safety position, because if either Poyer or Hyde goes down, we're in a massive rut, and both of them have demonstrated, history of injury. So definitely offensive line help is also up there. Wide receiver, some agree with, but the most interesting news that has come out, and this has really put in a lot of Bills fans in an absolute stir. There's been rumors, and this is rare. I mean, of course, outside of trading up for Josh Allen, historically past couple of years, Bean is known for, hey, listen, I'm just sticking exactly where I'm at. He'll trade down. Trust me, he will definitely trade down, but rumors that we're trading up is certainly surprising. And then that sort of just starts to circulate my gears a little bit at first, where I'm saying, hey, is it still going to be linebacker at this point? There's a couple of linebackers, particularly Jack Campbell out of Iowa, who's an absolute stud. I think that he would be a day one contributor. I really do. I think that he has a similar size, athleticism as Tremaine Edmonds, but the fact now that there's rumors that we could be moving up changes a lot of things. I don't particularly see an NFL team moving up for an offensive tackle, right? I don't see it from my end, and I don't see why it would make that much sense, especially if we could just stay put in the second and grab our guy there. From that point, I've read rumors. My gut instinct is if we do end up trading up, it's going to be for a splash player. It's going to be for a splash player, whether or not that it is going to be a wide receiver too, or whether or not that it's going to be with Bijan Robinson. I know that we ended up picking up Damian Harris, which was solid, but when I had Travis from Mojo on my show yesterday, he made me a believer, saying, hey, you guys are sitting at 15 through 20 and he's still there. You don't pass on this guy. I could care less how many running backs that you have on your roster. So right now, it's a lot of speculation. Not you, not me, not anybody in this chat or anybody in the U.S. outside of the front offices and coaching staffs know who they're going with. We can make speculation, but it's been a fun time, man. I'm looking forward to seeing where exactly we go with this.
Yeah, the Bills are interesting, and I think that they have to hit on their draft pick in the first round. And if I'm the Bills, I'm going offense to help out Josh Allen, whether that's a playmaker like a Robinson or a receiver that falls to them, because it feels like to me as a Jets fan looking at the Buffalo Bills that they rely on Josh Allen a little too much to be a little superhero. And he kind of focuses in on Stephon Diggs a little too much, whereas the guys around him don't really get options. Gabe Davis is there, but I don't know if he could be that really difference maker next to Stephon Diggs. I think if you guys get a stud in the receiver next to Stephon Diggs and make Gabe Davis that third option, that would really open up the offense. And if Robinson's there, you don't miss on that guy. I mean, he is going to be special. He really is. And I see some Jets fans even saying, should we get Robinson? No. We got Breece Hall, folks. We're fine.
Yeah, no, you guys are good in that department, man. You really are. I mean, when you look at the Buffalo Bills running back situation, like really when you look at that specific room, there's really not many like, damn, that's a good-ass running back. That's a top-tier running back. I say we have all average to slightly above average running backs in our room. With Bijan Robinson, just flip a coin on who we cut.
And it is kind of wild because the way that the running back position has been devalued over the years has been remarkable. A couple years back, Saquon Barkley went second overall. Christian McCaffrey went top 10. Derrick Henry, I forgot where he went. But who else? Ezekiel Elliott went top 10. I'm telling you, if Breece Hall was in the draft class 5 years ago, he goes top 10. If Bijan Robinson was in the draft class 5 years ago, he's going top 10. So the fact that you can get a running back in the later rounds is really great value if you look at it from that perspective. So if you can land a Robinson, that's going to be big time for Buffalo, and I sure as hell hope you do not get him because he's going to be an absolute stud. So let's transition into the Miami Dolphins. What's your thoughts of the Dolphins so far this offseason? Have they made any moves that makes you a little worried, or you think that they're just, still that team that you guys beat in the playoffs? Obviously they got out there. They went out there and they got Jalen Ramsey. They don't have a first-round pick to talk about. But what's your overall perception of the Miami Dolphins this offseason so far?
Man, I mean, really going into it, there's no doubt that they certainly improved on the defensive side of the ball. I love the coaching change with Fangio. I think that he's really going to make sure that defense can get the most out of what their personnel can provide. And, of course, with Jalen Ramsey on the outside. I think that they're going to be a menace, especially in the AFC East. Really just an all-around defense. And I feel like all they were missing out on was their captain, right? So I certainly see their defense improving. As far as offense is concerned, man, I really don't see much of a difference. Like I said, I think that they're going to live and die by Tua. I think that if he can put in a full 17 games, then yeah, 110%. I think that they could be a threat, but that is still up in the air. It really, really is. They have the speed in wide receiver. It didn't really appear like that they put a lot of interest into significantly improving their offensive line. So we're going to have to see how it plays out. But as far as that, I definitely see them being competitive, but say that the season were to start today, then I would still be 110% confident that we would finish above them in the division.
Yeah, I think the Miami Dolphins had a lot of focus this offseason on their defense rather than offense, right? Because their offense is pretty much stacked. I mean, how much more weapons can you get? You have Tyreek Hill, you have Jalen Waddle. They're showing their confidence in Tua. The one thing that they didn't do offensively that I don't understand is their offensive line. And I think a Dolphins fan would agree that they didn't really put enough resources in that offensive line. And you got the offensive mastermind and McDaniels running the show. But when it comes to defense, they got Vic Fangio. They went out there and got Jalen Ramsey. Don't forget their acquisition of Bradley Chubb, even though that was during the season last year. He's going to have a full season underneath his belt the offseason with Vic Fangio, a system that he's very comfortable with already. And they got Jalen Phillips, they got Holland, they got dogs on that defense. So I think the issue with the Miami Dolphins last year was their defense, and I think their defense is going to improve this year. So I think they're going to be a better team, but it's still going to be all about their quarterback and Tua. And we saw Tua play at an MVP level last year. And we also saw him get injured and him not play good football towards the end of the year against the Green Bay Packers. That game at the end of the year on Christmas, I remember watching that. He had like 3 straight interceptions, and you're just like, damn, he basically lost them that game. So it's not really about, for Tua, it's really about consistency for him and staying healthy, because I think Tua has proven that he could be a good quarterback in this league. I mean, his QBR, his stats, his wins, everything was freaking amazing for Tua and the Dolphins early on in the season last year, but then he got that crazy, scary injury, and things went downhill. But now they got Mike White as their backup, and as a Jets fan, I can say with confidence that if Mike White gets called to be the guy, if Tua goes down, Dolphins fans are going to fall in love with that man, because he knows how to really move the sticks. Yeah, man, he's a great backup.
I'd argue that he's the best in the division as far as backup quarterback is concerned.
Dude, Zach Wilson's better than Mike. I'm just kidding. Yeah, there's no argument there. Now, transitioning to the New England Patriots. The Patriots, there's a lot of things going on with the Patriots that I want to talk about. What the heck is going on with Mac Jones and Bill Belichick? We're seeing some things that Bill Belichick was pissed off that Mac Jones called his coaches at Bama for help, and Bill Belichick's livid. Now, I don't get it. It sounds like they're done with Mac Jones, but he's still their quarterback. So does that mean they're going to go into the draft and get a quarterback? Are they going to get a new veteran? What the heck is going on in New England with their quarterback room? Do you think Mac Jones is their quarterback starting this season? And do you think all this is smoke? And anybody in the chat that are Patriots fans, please let me know your thoughts.
Man, it's definitely an interesting story, because I've been seeing rumors firing all around, especially from Master at Work, other Patriots creators, about whether or not that Mac Jones is on the trade block. Some people are saying, oh, I'm Team Zappy, and some Patriots fans are still under the impression that they're going to somehow finesse Lamar Jackson over there to take snaps. I'm really not going to put a lot of weight into this. I feel like this is exactly up Belichick's sleeve, where he likes to throw smoke out there. I mean, I don't see him moving away. I don't see how it would make sense, especially if he doesn't have the intention of bringing in a Lamar Jackson or somebody that is better than Mac Jones. If anybody even thinks that Zappy is more promising or a better quarterback that can run that offense than Mac Jones, then they're absolutely in denial. There's no way that anybody can confidently look me in the eye and say, yeah, Zappy is a much more talented quarterback, and he's going to ensure the Patriots stack 3 more dubs under their record this year. It's not going to happen. So I think it's more smoke than anything else, but I've seen crazier things happen in the NFL.
Yeah, man, and the Patriots went out there and they hired Bill O'Brien, and I think that is something that would benefit Mac Jones. So I think it's going to be interesting to see what happens with the New England Patriots. I think that, it's interesting to see the Patriots kind of, as a fan base, in the offseason, kind of have a little panic instead of their confidence that they usually have, that we've grown to be accustomed to with their arrogance, and rightfully so, when they had Tom Brady and they were the dynasty of the Patriots. So as a Jets fan, I'm not saying that we're anything better or anything, but it is kind of refreshing to see the Patriots just slowly trending in the wrong direction.
It's nice.
And I think not just me as a Jets fan, but a Bills fan and a Dolphins fan would agree. And
so. The one thing our 3 fan bases can agree on, they did get Juju, but that's the most splash play I think that I've heard all season. So.
I know, I love it. Well, that's our thoughts of the last of the 4 teams in the division. Now let's open this up to a Q&A. So folks, everybody in the chat, ask a question to Dan and myself. If you want to direct it to me, if you want to direct it to Dan, you want to direct it to both of us, let us know. We're going to try to get to as many people in the chat as possible. And Super Chats cut the line, but we're going to try to get to as many questions as possible. So please, it is now a Q&A. And do us a gigantic favor, though.
Smash that like button.
Yes,
Please.
sir.
Have to do it.
Come on. We barely have any likes.
Dude, 46 and 116 people watching, man. That is absolutely depressing.
Let's get the 100.
Man, we see a lot of the true football fans, I would say, that do tune in during the offseason. I'm sure the next couple of episodes is going to be crazy. Is the draft, mock drafts. You definitely don't want to miss out on it. Trust me. There's no way.
For sure. Yo, King Blaze, this is exactly what I'm doing, by the way, after this. So it's funny you said that. Someone asked a question. It's Snoopy says, question for Dan. If you don't get Bijan Robinson, will you and Bills fans riot? Remember, last year, A lot of Bills fans rioted when they did not get Breece Hall and the Jets drafted him, especially Rico.
Yes, I was second in command right to that riot. I was very, very upset. We needed a running back terribly. It's Snoopy. Great question. Say, for example, that we didn't go out and acquire somewhat of an upgrade in the running back position in Damian Harris, then no. I mean, I wouldn't be upset if we didn't end up getting Bijan. I would be upset if, say, for example, he fell to us. If he fell to us, whether or not we traded up or by some miracle, he's still there at 27. Because at that point, like Richie said earlier, he's probably one of the top 5 best players in this draft. So if you don't take best player available at that point, which he is at 20 or 27, wherever we end up, then yeah, I would definitely think that it would be stupid. But as far as needs, no. I mean, I'd be fine with Jack Campbell, linebacker. There's another linebacker out of Clemson I'd be okay with. Yeah.
All right.
So no.
Why is Dan wearing Jets green? Is he a Jets fan? Yes, he is. He has come out because he knows that he needs to be a fan of the team that wins the AFC East. He has been a fan of that team for the past 3 years, and he has a sense that there's a new team that's going to take the throne of the number 1 position of the AFC East, which is why he's getting his Jets green ready.
I'm going to try to jinx your season.
Yeah, baby.
Yep.
Do you think Dolphins will somehow get a first-round pick this draft by trading Wilkins?
Would the NFL allow that, first off?
No. No first-round pick for you.
Yeah, there's no way that they'd allow that.
I mean, they would because they take someone else's draft pick if another team gives up a pick, right? Is this a thing, though? I'm not even aware that the Dolphins are thinking of trading him. Is that true? Dolphins fans, that Wilkins is on the trade block.
So are we entirely sure, though, because that pick was stripped away from them from the NFL because of those Brady collisions?
No, yeah, there's only 31 picks in the first round rather than 32. So this would be Wilkins getting traded for, like, say the Jets traded him away. Yeah. They'd get our 13th pick, basically. That's how it would work.
Got it. Okay. Like, I mean, I didn't realize how strict the punishment was. It was just like, regardless, like, there's no first-round pick and you can't even trade up to get it. Fuck off.
Yeah. Richie, Corey Washington asks, Richie, if we don't get Aaron by the draft, are you down with using all our picks to load up for him and willing to give a first rounder in 24 for Rodgers than if it takes that to get him? Absolutely, man. If we can not trade Rodgers until after the draft, I think that's the best case scenario for the New York Jets. And we also heard a rumor that Rodgers is telling the Jets to be patient. Wait, don't trade for me yet. Hold on to your draft picks. Trade for me after. There's no rush. So I think that might be the case, and we can really load up, and then we'll give them a 24 pick next year. Because you want to know why, Dan? It's going to be pick 32. And I'll give him pick 32 next year.
Is that right? Interesting.
You know what that means.
Hey, it's the confidence, man. You wear it well.
We got the first super chat of the night from Hooded Knight 19. Thank you so much, my friend. You would have more likes if the sensitive feminine mods didn't time people out. Who's timing people out?
Well, that's what the mods are here. Well, as far as mods are concerned, guys, like, yeah. And so if they're just talking a little shit about the team, yeah, for sure. Like, don't time them out. So if they're personal attacks or whatever, then yeah, feel free to time them out. So,
yeah, so shout out to the mods. We appreciate you.
Love the mods.
The mods are there for if there's spam and there's people saying things that are just like whack, right? It's not for if you're taking shots at teams, right? This is what this is about. This is the AFC East Roundtable, right? So I don't know. I'm not plugged into the chat right now, so I can't see. But we appreciate the $5 super chat. Pick 32 is facts, Richie. Yes, sir. Rodgers told them he's not coming to May. Facts. If I got $1 on every Wednesday night for every time Dan took a hit of his vape, I never have to work another day in my life, says Mark.
Yeah, hey, man, listen, I'll try to just make that a reality for you. Or GoFundMe, you know what I mean? But it will all be sent to you.
That's funny. That's funny. The Unknown Goat's in the stream. What's up, man? Again, guys, this is the Q&A section. So if you guys have any questions, fire away. Fire away of any questions you guys may have. Come on.
Keep it going.
It's just Dan and I. TD and Tyson left us.
Yeah, well, I know that TD's actually volunteering at church, so he's definitely got hard to give him a hard time about that, you know?
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
You guys rock coming from a Dolphins spoon. Well, thank you, Caesar.
Thanks,
We're
bro.
trying to represent the Dolphins and the Patriots, even though that they're not here, to the best of our ability.
Nice.
This is a good question. Finally, a good question. Let's see more of these. It's Snoopy's carrying the load.
Snoopy's putting it in.
He's like actually asking questions. So
He really
AFC
is.
East final standing predictions. Everybody in the chat, I want you to answer this question as well. Putting your bias hat to the side, because Patriots fans are going to say they're in first. Bills fans are going to say they're in first. Dolphins fans are going to say they're in first. And we all get that. So, Dan, I'll start with you.
Damn.
If you would win $10,000 by predicting this correctly, that's how I want you to.
$1,000? Okay, do we need records too?
No, just 1, 2, 3, 4.
Final? Oh, okay, Bills, Jets, Dolphins, Pats. Yep. And then I think three teams make the playoffs. The Bills.
I think I might have to agree.
Yep. Really?
Oh.
You're still picking the Bills win.
I don't know. I got to see something. We'll come back to this after the draft. How about that?
Okay.
Because the Jets still have some moves to be made
Interesting.
before we start putting up. What teams scare y'all the most this year? In a division or in the NFL? I think he probably means in the NFL.
Yeah. I mean, I'd probably answer for the division. I would say the Jets and the Dolphins, man. I mean, I'd say both of them look very good. They improved.
Yeah, Bernard is saying
Dolphins on
NFL.
the defensive side of things, and then the Jets too. But I mean, NFL, you can never count out the Chiefs. That's always a team that you need to get over that hurdle. Cincinnati Bengals, I thought that they were a one-hit wonder when they ended up making the Super Bowl, and then last year during their playoff run. They're a good damn team, man. Very, very good team.
Yeah, I think that the Kansas City Chiefs are going to be the team to beat until somebody can knock them out.
Yeah.
I mean, they've been to the AFC Championship 5 years straight.
Yeah.
So watch out.
Sneaky good team next year. Sneaky good team. The Jacksonville Jags.
Facts.
Are gonna be good next year.
They're going to win the AFC South.
Yeah.
They're going to win that division for a long time.
They might win a playoff game. Or two.
Yeah, I agree. I think the Jacksonville Jaguars is going to be that team that's going to thrive. Calvin Ridley, Trevor Lawrence is a stud.
Yeah.
I mean, Doug Peterson is a great head coach.
He really is.
And I love how the only teams we're talking about is the AFC because there's really no one in the NFC, like, at all. I mean, who the hell is good in the NFC besides the Philadelphia Eagles and the San Francisco 49ers?
Well, the Eagles basically lost their entire defensive line, too.
Yeah,
So,
I mean.
Yeah. So, who knows what's going on in the NFC?
Woston Astros Enjoyer. So this is like W Houston, W Astros Enjoyer. We appreciate the $5. Need a team to root for. Qualifications. A team with rich history, not overpowered, not completely terrible, in a good division, potentially on the rise. All right, well, the Jets have a team with rich history based on having a loyal fan base. The Jets are not overpowered. They have been completely terrible, but they're not going to be completely terrible. They're in a good division, and they are potentially on the rise. So I think your answer is the New York Jets, my friend.
Got it. I mean, as far as my pitch for the Buffalo Bills, I mean, my friend, it's Bills Mafia. Say that there was a fan base out there that doesn't demonstrate loyalty, and I'm talking about any sport on the face of the planet, is the Buffalo Bills. We have been through pain. We've been through hardship. We've been through a carousel of quarterbacks up until recently when we finally got our guy. We still haven't, made it over the hump, but the journey's beautiful. In fact, sometimes I ask myself, I'm like, what if we did win a Super Bowl? So would I ever watch football again? Yeah, I would. But would it feel the same? No, it's the journey. And Bills Mafia, right outside of the absolutely insane tailgates. Trust me, you want to join exclusively because of those. All right? But it's Bills Mafia, baby. It's the best place to be.
All right, you got to respect that pitch.
Wow, holy shit. There should be an infomercial.
Trying to see any other questions. Question: top 3 defenses in the AFC. This is a good question.
Ooh.
Well, who was the top 3 defenses in the AFC last year?
The Jets, right?
Yeah. I mean, they were top 4 in the NFL, so.
Yeah, the Jets are there. The Jets are there.
Where do the Bills rank? last year? I don't even know.
Top 3, top 5.
Still? That's good.
Yeah. Surprisingly, we were still like.
And the
mad at our
Patriots,
defense.
I'm pretty sure the Patriots had a really good defense too. Still.
Yeah.
So is it all in the division?
No. There's the Broncos.
The Broncos as well. Yeah, the Broncos.
Defense is
They're
nice.
they're also a sleeper team for the AFC. I know that last year was like the year where everyone was hopping on the Broncos, but like they got Sean Payton now, and Russell Wilson's not a bump, in my opinion. I mean, Russell Wilson's a damn good quarterback who had issues last year for whatever reason. Sean Payton going to Denver with that defense, I don't know. That's another team to look out for.
Yeah. So I'd say Jets. I would say the Broncos. And I'm trying to think of an AFC team that improved heavily on defense because as of now, the Bills haven't improved on defense. It's the same. With some holes.
Do you think? Yeah, I think it's the Broncos, Jets, Bills, throwing the Patriots too, and the Dolphins have a chance. Do you think Bills and Dolphins are similar in the sense that if their number one receiver go down, both teams will be in trouble? So if Stephon Diggs goes down, do you think the Bills are in trouble?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, not unless that we can get an absolute stud rookie in the first or second that's just able to put up veteran sort of production. We'd have to completely switch up our game plan. We're gonna need Gabe Davis to step up. We would need some of our like undersized, speedy receivers maybe to step up, but I mean, we would need to completely switch up our game plan, man. And I mean, everyone watched the Buffalo Bills last year, especially with Ken Dorsey. The man hates running. I mean, that's why I try not to even get too excited about Bijan Robinson because you'll probably get like, 7 snaps in the entire game. Like Josh Allen just throw Hail Marys down the field. But let's just knock on wood. Let's hope that Diggs stays as healthy as he has been the past couple of years.
Yeah, I mean, I think any team that loses their number one receiver is in trouble. I mean, if the Jets lost Garrett Wilson, if the Dolphins lost Tyreek Hill, like the unique thing of the Dolphins having Tyreek and Jalen Waddle is both of their threats. If you lose Tyreek, Jalen Waddle's great, but then they're going to start doubling Jalen Waddle, and it's going to be harder for him to get open.
Exactly.
So that's why the Jets are trying to get another big-time receiver to help out Garrett Wilson so they can find a number 1B to the Garrett Wilson 1A. And I think the Bills fans want the same.
110%. That or a damn run game. So that'd be ideal.
Who do you think your 3 toughest opponents this coming year? The Jets got to verse. I think we all have to verse the same type of teams. We have to verse the Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs. Both teams are represented in the Super Bowl. So that's already tough. And the Jets, we have to verse the entire NFC East. The NFC East was low-key good last year. Giants were slept on. Cowboys were pretty good. Washington wasn't a bum. We have to also verse the whole AFC West. So we got to verse the Chargers, Chiefs, Broncos, Raiders. So it's going to be 3 tough teams.
Yeah,
More than 3.
Yeah, the AFC East definitely didn't roll the dice too well when it came down to the division that we're going up against this year, for sure. Outside of the Jets and the Dolphins and the Pats, I'll throw them a bone here because, like, those division games are always difficult. I mean, I'm going to say the Bengals, the Chiefs, that's going to be brutal. And then the Eagles as well. And the Chargers is definitely not going to be a walk in the park. So, I mean, and plus the Jags. And so we play the Jags too this year. So it's going to be tough.
It's going to be a tough schedule.
It's going to be a hard season.
Oh, yeah, because you guys came in first. Oh, yeah, the Jaguars won the division. That's kind of wild.
Right.
Wow. That's going to be interesting, man. Oh, my God. Jump Shot says the Jets suck.
Oh, no.
I guess that's it, Dan.
You should just take that hat off, bro, and just delete your channel.
Jump Shot. Wow, how would you do this to me, man? You're born in 1973. You watched the Jets be trash forever. And you just got to tug at my heart. Bills will get more than 5 wins. Of course they will.
Come on, bro.
Richie looks like he's aged as F. Well, I did turn 25 recently.
Oh, nice. You can rent a car now. It's chill.
I'm actually renting a car. I'm
Are you?
renting. Well, yeah. I'm traveling to California for a month in the summer, and I'm renting a whip.
So you're renting a whip to drive it from New York?
No. I'm
York?
living there. I'm living there and renting a whip, so I have a car out there. I'm not going to drive across the country.
Yeah, I was about to say, that's a pain in the ass. Wow.
Fuck that, bro. Flying, living out there, working out there, vibing out there. Let's go.
We're in California.
LA.
LA?
Yes, sir.
Interesting.
I'm going to try to get like a... What'd you say?
I thought you were going to say, I was just trying to make it big out there, man.
Oh, yeah. I'm going to try to make it big out there for sure.
Netflix shows, man. Like, yeah, like you might not see me next.
Yeah, you know, maybe just tap my way into Hollywood and just get a freaking a lead role in a sports series.
No, not a bad idea.
You never know. Just trying to switch things up, get the hell out of New York in the off season.
I feel you.
New York is like, yeah, I love it, but like, all right, I need time to get away.
So yeah, I might give you a call actually because I'll be out there, sometime this summer. Because fun fact, I was up in New York a couple weeks ago. I hit up Richie. I was like, "Yo, let's chill." He goes,
That ain't true. Dan was like, I got this to do. I only have this little sliver of time.
"No, yeah, most definitely."
Next time.
Yeah, man. Yeah.
Absolutely. All right, enough of our personal lives. Who gives a fuck? Why do Buffalo fans think they are trading up for JSN, and how far would you have to? So, would you want the Bills to trade up?
I mean, that player is incredible, right? I mean, that's like that one guy that is going to absolutely be a day one contributor, something that we've needed for the longest time, especially in the wide receiver room. He's not going to be there past 10. And I think that we would need to give up a lot more than 27. We would probably need to give up, our second, our third, maybe.
Yeah, if you're going from 27 all the way up there, you're giving up a shit ton.
Yeah, there's no way.
William on YouTube says that JSN is the perfect fit for the Bills.
Who said that on YouTube?
This guy, William on YouTube, right here. $2 super chat.
Oh, cool. Yes. So yeah. I mean, he is, but I just don't see Brandon Beane being able to give up all those assets to move where more than likely he's going to be gone.
And Hennessy says he ain't going anywhere past 13 because the Jets are going to get him. That's right, baby. We'll see. Garrett Wilson, JSN reuniting. Hey, I'm down for that. All right, so we're going to continue the Q&A, but we're going to open this up for Patreon members to join as well. So if you guys are a Patreon member, or if you're not a Patreon member, sign the hell up. You can come on here and talk some crap. We don't have enough people talking crap to us on Patreon. People are always texting in the chat saying some things. Why don't you come on?
That's what I'm talking about, man.
Say it to Dan's face.
Say it to my face, bro.
Be like, roast Dan that he's wearing Jets green in real life.
So who will get the most receiving yards in the AFC East this year? Ooh, that's a good question. That's from InforEd999. Who will get the 3 most receiving yards? The most, with 2 E's, pardon me, in the AFC East this year? Dude, I don't know.
Probably Tyreek Hill. I mean, for being honest.
Yeah, he's got the speed.
Tyreek, Stephon,
too.
Garrett Wilson with Aaron Rodgers, bro.
Woo! I feel like he'd favor him, sort of like how he favored Adams when he was in Green Bay, right? I could see him gravitating toward that.
It's going to be between Garrett Wilson, Stephon Diggs, and Tyreek.
Yeah.
Or Juju Smith-Schuster.
And so the only reason why I would see Diggs being in that conversation is because, I mean, I think at this point, he's really the only receiver that Josh Allen trusts, like at this point. So I feel like he's still going to be that number 1 guy, but I don't know.
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting. It's going to be up, I think it's going to be Tyreek. I mean, Tyreek had, 1,800 around? 1,700 last year? That's ridiculous.
Yeah, no, it was stupid. Who will be the best running back in our division? In Blaze.
It all depends on the health of Brees.
When is he projected to be back? Are they
Week
saying
1.
he'll be back by week 1? That's good.
According to Robert Saleh, his ACL looks fantastic, but he's still coming off an injury, so it's hard to I'm really trying to tame my expectations. But if Brees Hall is anything close to what he was last year, I think it's going to be Brees Hall because what are the Bills? The Bills got Damian Harris. They got James Cook. The Dolphins have Mostert.
Yeah.
And the Patriots, Stevenson is probably one of the better ones of the division.
And so unless Dalvin Cook swaps jerseys with his brother and goes out there, I'm thinking it's Brees Hall as well. It's definitely not the Bills.
Unless you guys get Bijan Robinson.
If we get Bijan Robinson, man, then that's a different conversation. But,
It is.
yeah.
James Cook, he thinks James Cook's going to be the best.
Damn, William on YouTube, my guy. I hope so. I mean, let's just hope that he puts on like 20 pounds of muscle.
What do you think about Brandon Cooks being on the Cowboys? I think that's a good spot for him.
I think it is too.
It's a number two receiver next to CD Lamb. And they still got other boys up there. Yeah, I think that's good. Hey, Stevenson's good, but I wouldn't say by far.
Sleeper
Relax
pick,
over
though.
there.
Hey, sleeper pick though. It feels like that maybe Belichick for his first time in a long time is like going to revert to like a bell cow back and not a committee of like 7.
I think Stevenson is definitely going to be. He's going to be the best or second or third best. He's top 3, top 2 probably.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
I think he's better than any running back on the Bills and the Dolphins. And I think the only thing that's holding up me saying Brees Hall is his injury.
Yeah.
Richie, you think Quinnen gets extension done soon? Yes, I think the Quinnen Williams extension will happen, but it's not going to happen until after the NFL draft, more of this training camp, because the Jets don't really have an issue or have a need to do that right now. They are prioritizing getting Aaron Rodgers here. They're prioritizing the NFL draft and making other moves. They know Quinnen Williams is going to stay here. They're going to pay him. That man deserves it. All pro. First team. He'll get paid. D. Santana sees the crystal ball that the Jets will win the AFC East and the conference?
I'm assuming the conference.
Let's do it.
So he's seeing a Super Bowl appearance here. That's what he's saying.
Mondre is getting in the end zone way more with O'Brien. He's still only 24. He's definitely getting more yards with the better O-line. Yeah, I think Stevenson's, like I said, he's definitely one of the best, if not the best, running back in the division for sure.
Yeah.
Kinglowski, let's go, baby. Let's go freaking Jets. William does not want Bijan but if he's there at our pick, you have to, he's not going to last until 27. Sorry.
Yeah. By some miracle. Don't get me wrong. I'd be thrilled if that was the case. But if he ends up on our team, we're trading up at the absolute bottom of possibilities, 20, and that's even a stretch. We'll see.
It's true, man. All right, let's play a fun game. I just thought of this. Everybody in the chat, play along. If you can take one player on each team in the division to add to yours, who would they be?
Ooh.
So, now this is where we could finally give our team, our rivalry some love. How about that?
One player from each team?
One player from each team. So you get to add 3 players. You get to add 3 players in total.
Got it. Okay. I'm going to take Ramondre Stevenson from the Pats. I'm going to take Jalen Waddle. I'm going to take Jalen Waddle from the Miami Dolphins. And then from the Jets, I'm taking Quinnen Williams. Yep. No, I take that back. So I'm taking Elijah Vera Tucker.
Oh, he's going O-line.
Yep, absolutely.
I like that. Hey,
that's what I'm taking.
AVT deserves love, and I'm so happy you just gave him that love because
I switched it up. Yeah, I switched it up. It's AVT.
All right, that's an all-pro right there if he didn't get hurt.
Yep.
So why are you taking Waddle over Tyreek?
Because I feel like that he's like way more complimentary to Diggs. I feel like that it would just be sort of like a battle of personalities, and then Tyreek and Diggs, or one or two of them, would be demanding a trade by halfway through the season, just because of their need to have the ball. I think Waddle is great as far as speed is concerned. He's a solid enough distraction where I think double teams would be drawn off of Diggs. I just think that Waddle would be the better fit.
Interesting. Now, I'm still thinking about mine.
Yeah? Oh, yeah. You're right.
I don't know. What do the Jets need, folks?
Well, like, I mean, like, I'm talking about, like, who you would replace as well. Like, if, like, there's anybody in a position that you're thrilled about, but if you could replace somebody or add somebody right to the squad, then you would.
You know what? I'd probably take Judon from the Patriots.
Judon's a good pick.
Yeah, give me Judon.
Actually,
just to add through the rotation of the boys that we have up front.
Oh man.
Yeah, Judon from the Pats.
Mm-hmm.
Who's your starting center?
Starting center is Mitch Morse.
He's a beast.
Yeah, he's good, but like he's about like one concussion away from like not being able to spell restaurant. You know.
Well, the Jets don't have a starting center right now.
Yeah.
But, you know, I'm going to pass on him then.
Got it. Yep.
I mean, who the heck else would I want from the Bills besides...
Josh Allen?
Nah. We're getting Rodgers. I'm good.
Let me see.
Because it's now I'm debating between Stephon Diggs or Tyreek Hill, and I don't want to take both. You know, it's one or the other, and then, you know, I'm just trying to map it out.
Von Miller?
I just took Judon, and we already got that edge.
Oh yeah. What
So
about Jordan Poyer?
Jordan Poyer, that is a need, but like I think the Jets would be good with the safety. I mean, I get into this debate with my Jets fan base all the time about the safety position. They think it's like this giant hole, and we had a top 4 defense with like okay safeties, and I think we don't need to prioritize that. So I think we can. You know, who's your best offensive lineman? You don't have one. Mitch Morse?
Shit, man. I mean, I would say Deion Dawkins, maybe. Like,
Yeah.
consistently, but I mean, it's our offensive line is just mid.
Like I would take Matt Milano, but I fuck with C.J. Mosley. You missed out on Tremaine Edmonds. He's not there anymore.
He's gone now, man. Milano is a boss. See, how old is C.J. Mosley though? He's got like 30, isn't it?
Yeah, 29, 30.
Yeah, I was about to say he's getting up there.
Yeah, he had 2 years off. 1 year he ruptured his groin. Remember that game where he became like a god against the Bills in that Week 1 matchup, and then he tore his groin up in that same game when he had that pick six, and he didn't play all year. And then the next year after that, he opted out because of COVID. So he kind of has like a lot of.
Yeah, I remember.
They took
a lot of football left in him.
Exactly, like that kind of gave his body a kind of a reboot. But Mosley and Milano does sound pretty hot.
Yeah, I would.
But they both play the mic.
Yeah.
Who's gonna play off ball? Damn, this is so tough. If between the Bills and the Dolphins, because if I take Stephon Diggs, then who am I taking on the Dolphins besides the receiver?
If you take Diggs, well, so you said you hate safeties.
I could take Javon Holland. I mean, he's a stud for sure.
Would you
Or
replace
Armstead?
Ramsey, with your CB2? No,
Definitely not. DJ Reed.
I mean,
DJ Reed is a stud. DJ Reed had a better season than Ramsey last year.
Touche.
Like, that's not me just saying it. That's like, go look it up. Stats back it up.
Would you take Ramsey and transition him into a slot corner?
I mean, if we can get Ramsey and throw him at a nickel/safety hybrid, if he's open to that, fuck yeah.
All right.
But like, I just feel like Ramsey's he's good, but we're good. I mean, Ramsey and Sauce.
We good.
Yeah, like he's great, but like we got Sauce. You know, we got DJ Reed, bro.
So looking back, I saw Sauce's name right in the comment section too, and I was just like, shit. I went with Sauce over AVT, but I was like, nah.
This is a very interesting question.
It really is. Holy hell, this is like a.
Honestly, I could take Wilkins from the Finns because the Jets do have a hole at defensive tackle next to Quinnen Williams.
Yeah.
We don't have so like Wilkins next to Quinnen Williams. I mean, hey, that's probably what I would do.
Yeah.
Give me Christian Wilkins. Done. Christian Wilkins, Matthew Judon, so our defensive line gets freaking oh my gosh. And then you give me Stephon Diggs next to Garrett Wilson with Alan Lazard.
Yes.
Bruh. Yeah. That's my right there. I like it. All right. So we do have a Patreon member tuning in.
Let's do it. What's up, man?
Andy.
What's up, bro? You there?
Andy. Going once.
Yeah, sorry, I was
There he is.
technical difficulties.
What
All
up,
good,
King
my
Ron?
friend.
What's up, bro?
Yo, tell your friend TD to stop ducking me.
Oh, yeah, man. Yeah, man. Most definitely. We'll definitely give him a whole bunch of hell once this episode wraps up. He said he might join, but I think it's getting to be that time where we just accept it's not happening.
He had the round table last week, didn't let anybody on because he didn't want to hear me talk because he lost. And now he don't show up this week.
Oh, he's ducking you big time.
Oh, yeah, man. Absolutely. Well, next week, I'm pretty sure he'll be showing up, man. Next week, I'm pretty sure.
I'll be here.
So this guy said his core four, he'd take Elijah Vera Tucker from the Jets, Matthew Judon from the Patriots, Jalen Waddle from the Finns, and then Josh Allen if he was to assemble a team. So, Andy,
Dan, what are you
if you
wearing?
could take... Uh-oh.
Dude.
What the fuck are you wearing?
Dude,
Take it
I had a
off.
brownie earlier.
It's a beautiful color, Andy. What's wrong with the color?
It's shit green.
Hey,
It's
listen,
beautiful.
Man, I'm jinxing his team, man. I'm jinxing his team, baby. That's what I'm doing. That's what
Hey, it
I'm
represents the earth. The grass.
doing. It's Earth Day,
Let's
man.
go. Dan and
That's
Jets
not the
colors.
color of grass.
I know. Yeah, I know.
Grass
man.
is a darker green.
And so what are you expecting for the drafts? Who are you eyeing? Who do you want?
I don't know. There's a lot of people I kind of want. I want Jack Campbell for sure, though. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's who I realistically see us going for, especially if we don't move out of 27. I mean, we desperately need a linebacker, that's for sure, but we'll see what's going on with that.
We get him, I'm happy.
And so what are you doing for the draft? Just chilling? Just hanging out?
Yeah, I'll probably have a few people over.
Nice, man. Hell yeah, bro. Well, I mean,
You want to come back up to New York, you can crash my draft party.
Oh, my man, dude. I'd love that. You know, just like stock up with some Labattis, some wings. I'll be there.
Oh, of course we can have
Love it.
It's all right, man. We'll see you next week. So thanks for coming on.
Appreciate you, Andy.
My guy.
Love it.
Caesar Castro.
Caesar with a $5 super chat. Richie, I'm paying $4.99 so you can check your Twitter messages. I'm trying to give you a dope Sauce Gardner card. Oh, I'm sorry, man. I never check my messages. I have a lot of messages. Let me check it right now.
Yo, why does nobody ever DM me on Twitter trying to give me a sick, like Josh Allen card? Or something?
All right. I'm looking at it right now.
Start
Oh,
doing it.
boy. Look at that card. Hey, what's up, bro? I'm a big fan of the AFC East Roundtable. I came across this Sauce card in a card pack and wanted to mail it to you. Bro, you're the man.
Oh, man.
You're the man. Sorry I didn't get back to you. You didn't have to pay me $5 for that. Or us $5, rather. I'm responding to your DM. Thank you so much, my man. I appreciate that.
That's sick. That's sick.
Richie, you delusional, oh yeah? What makes you say that, bro?
You delusional, man.
Huh? What makes you say I'm delusional? What am I saying to you that makes you think I'm delusional? Please.
Let's see.
I love to hear it. Again, Caesar, thank you so much, my friend. This means a lot.
Yeah, thank you, bro. I appreciate you. Who will make the first interception this season against our AFC East opponents? And against what team?
DJ Reed against...
You're saying DJ Reed.
I don't know.
Now it has to be against another AFC East team. I believe that's where he was going with that. I'm saying Trey White. Man. I think that, he's finally had a full season to fully recover, relax. I have a feeling he's about to come back out and remind people why he was once a top 10 quarterback.
I like that. Trey White was a big reason for you, for that defense, and he kind of had that obviously bad injury.
Yeah, then last year he came back, like 3/4 of the way in, really wasn't the same. So I'm hoping he bounces back crazy. Hell yeah.
I like that. So the schedule comes out soon, and I'm excited, man. I'm excited. Richie, that neighborhood hope dealer to Jets fans. Rodgers about to bail. Right. Keep believing that. You don't know the schedule yet. Hard to choose who's getting first interception when you don't know who plays who first. Yeah, that's facts.
That is true.
Uh-oh, but they're talking their crap. Jalen, X, and Javon all pick off Bum Allen.
Oh, dude.
So, Dan, I want to bring something to light. So this is what the narrative is now amongst rivals of the Jets. Y'all not getting A-Rod. When we do get A-Rod, the same person is going to say this. A-Rod's washed. A-Rod sucks. Yeah. A-Rod isn't going to do anything regardless. Their narrative switches just to fit their little, their hatred mind. And it's okay. It's welcomed. You're supposed to hate on the Jets and you're supposed to say these things. But I watch narratives switch so fast. So keep saying that. We love it. Let's go. And the reason...
Goalpost. It's the moving of the goalposts.
And I love how, me and a bunch of Jets fans are sitting back so relaxed and not worried about this. It's going to happen. We know it. But other people are trying to spark fear in us. Oh, you're not getting A-Rod. I'm sitting back. Yeah. Keep saying that. I know we're getting it, baby.
Make it work.
And I love when people do say Rodgers is washed. And, Dan, let me just say this. Aaron Rodgers...
It's he's won 2 of the last 3 MVPs. It's kind of hard for anybody to say that he's washed.
Literally, it's just pure hatred and no football knowledge involved when you say he's washed. Yeah. And number 2...
He's still very much...
And number 2, if he's washed and he had 26 touchdowns to 11 picks last year, do you have any idea how many Jets fans would welcome a season like that from a quarterback on our team?
More likely
it's sad. And listen, this is sad. This is not a positive thing. I'm not here bragging. But I'm telling you from a Jets fan's perspective, we don't have good quarterback play. If you're telling me a washed-up quarterback is 26 picks to 12 interceptions and the season that he had last year statistically, sign me up. The team is that good around him that we could do it. And also last year was the first year without Devontae Adams, the first year without his great coach that he loves in Nathaniel Hackett. So you bring him to a new team with Garrett Wilson and back with his familiar friend in Nathaniel Hackett. Let's do it. Let's freaking do it. Sign me up. And remember, last year the Jets, all they needed was an average quarterback to make the playoffs. It's true.
That's really all you need.
If the Jets averaged, now hear me out, if the Jets averaged a league average 22 points per game, league average we're talking, the Jets have 12 interceptions. 12 wins. That's how good the defense was. That's how we just needed an okay quarterback, and our quarterbacks stunk ass last year. PU. Right?
All you needed, man.
We just need a quarterback, and that's the beautiful thing about getting Aaron Rodgers is we do not need him to be the Superman hero of being an MVP quarterback for us to be great. We just need him to be complimentary, be a solid QB, Because that's how good the run game is with Breece Hall. That's how good this defense is. That's what some people forget. Some people think that we're going to get Aaron Rodgers so he can just save the franchise and just be a Superman and go out there and get 40 touchdowns to 5 picks. That's not what we're expecting, man. It's not what we're expecting.
Hell no.
So that's just what I had to say. Had to get off my chest because some people assume that we're expecting Rodgers to come over here and start winning an MVP. Not happening. Hey, you never know. Let's frickin' go, baby. Bring it on. I'll fight all you folks right now verbally. When I say fight, verbally means like debates, right?
Yes. Yes, definitely.
All right, Dan, let's wrap this up. We're just over an hour. We always like to wrap things up around 60 minutes. Thank you all for listening to myself and listening to my friend Dan. We greatly appreciate you guys tuning in. Dan, anything else you'd like to say before we wrap things up?
No, I mean, definitely stay tuned to the next couple of Wednesdays. Next week, we're having a draft expert come on to do a couple of mock drafts. Should be an absolute blast. And then the following week, of course, we will be having our pre-draft show. I know all of us are individually streaming our reactions on our own channels during the NFL draft, so we have a lot of very exciting content coming up in the next couple of weeks. Thank you so much, as always, for your support, and we'll see you again soon, baby.
Let's go. Hennessy with the final super chat of the night. We appreciate you, Hennessy. With the 21st pick in the 2023 NFL Draft, the Miami Dolphins select a conversation with Tom Brady.
I love it.
Oh, Hennessy, that was a good way to finish off the show. We appreciate that. That was a great super chat, man. We got to pin that. All right, man. All love, though, seriously, to all the Dolphins fans, Patriots, Bills that show love and hate to the channel. We appreciate you all. All comes in the same lens. We got a lot of fun things planned in the next couple of weeks leading up to the NFL Draft, of course. I'm out of here. Dan's out of here. We'll see you guys next week.
Go Bills.
Go Jets.